Well, this series was definitely not
Perfectly splendid.
If I hear that kid say that line one more time, I'm going to lose it. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I'm bringing you guys another review, and as you can see by the title, today's review is on the Netflix series The Haunting of Bly Manor. Let's get started. However, before we get started, y'all know as usual, I have to talk about the storyline, talk about the characters and all of that. And because of that, a spoiler alert is in effect. So for real, let's get started. Okay, so what is the series about? Well, it says over here, dead doesn't mean gone. An au pair plunges into an abyss of chilling secrets in this gothic romance from the creator of The Haunting of Hill House. Okay, so let's start with my initial thoughts. So as the synopsis said, it is created by the same person that created the series The Haunting of Hill House. I have not watched that series, so I do not know whether these two series somehow connect, you know, kind of like how The Conjuring 2 connects with The Nun. I don't know if it's like that type of situation because I haven't watched it, but it's created by the same person. So going into the series, before I had even started it, honey, she was already shaking in her boots. I expected some other next level horror, okay, because anything that has haunting in it, honey, has me shaking in my boots, okay. And because I didn't watch The Haunting of Hill House, I didn't know kind of what format to expect because I wasn't familiar with this person's work since I didn't watch that series. So I went in completely with a blank canvas, didn't know what to expect. She was shaking in her boots, and I mean, the first episode definitely gave me a little whoo. In the first episode, nothing much happens other than getting the lay of the land. We can see that this is going to be a series narrated by someone else, because in the beginning we see these group of people. They're preparing for a wedding. The wedding is going to be the next day, and then they decide to tell scary stories. And then this lady says that she has a story, but it's quite long. It's not a short story. And the people are like, okay, we have time, let's hear it. And so the story that she's telling is the story of the haunting of Bly Manor. So it is a narrated series, but there's not like a lot of narration where it like completely just makes you crazy. You know, the narration is necessary at certain times. It just pops in and then leaves. So that's basically what we get from the first episode. Nothing terrifying, nothing horrific, nothing thrilling as yet happens in the first episode, but it definitely leaves you wanting to see more, you know, because honey, it leaves you with a lot of strings just jangling, and you want to just put those pieces together. Okay, so let me talk about the characters. There are so many characters in this series that I do not remember all of them, but the main character is Danielle, who is this au pair that moves from America to the UK, and she gets this job in this manor, Bly Manor, and she has to take care of these kids named Flora and Miles. They're siblings, and she's an au pair to them. And there are other people like the worker. We have Hannah, we have Viola, who's not even like part of this timeline. She's like in one of the backstories. There are so many characters that I can't remember all their names, but all I can say is that they're all as equally creepy. They all have something that doesn't quite stick. Like when you see them, you can see that there's something quite off with each and every single character except for Danielle. You know, but Danielle be seeing their people, so that's different. They were all creepy, you know, some more than others, but they all had a creepy element to them. That's all I'm gonna say. So they definitely did a good job with portraying that creepiness that ominous feeling when you see them, because even if they seem nice, like Hannah all posh and nice and all of that, but you just still look at her from side eye like, girl, you hiding something, especially because she don't eat. I'm like, girl, what kind of person don't eat? So I just think they did a good job portraying those characters. Oh my gosh, Miles, let me just tell y'all that Miles is one of the creepiest kids I have ever seen. That kid gave me so many chills. Every time I saw that kid just, he's hella creepy, but I'll get back to that. Okay, so my thoughts on the series, well, as I said, everybody was creepy. Every new character that was introduced had a very dark sense to them. They were all creepy, and as I said, Miles had to be one of the creepiest ones for me because he seems like such a nice boy. From the front, like when you just look at him, he seems like your normal boy, and then he talks and he says like the most creepiest things with the most posh accent and very calm, and that makes everything even that much more scary.
Nothing would make me happier than to be arrested by those police you were talking about.
And then he just has these switch ups, which are further unexplained that it wasn't him necessarily, but someone else that was speaking through him, which is hella creepy. But he has like these switch ups where he goes from being this nice posh person to being this vulgar, aggressive kid who says whatever to his elders, and that just makes it even much more creepier.
It's such a shame that you had to go and follow us. It was going so well. Honestly, Hannah!
Okay, so honestly, I don't even know what to classify this series as. Is it a horror? I want to say it's like a bit of horror, a bit of thriller, mystery, romance, drama. Just put them all in a pot and mix it up together and you get The Haunting of Bly Manor. But halfway through the series, I was more confused than I was going in. Like episode 5 and 6 left me so confused, especially episode 5, because episode 5 literally is like the same set of scenes that play over and over and over in a loop for 52 minutes, and there's just slight differences here and there, but it's literally the same set of scenes that play over and over and over and over. So now you don't know what is happening. Is it a memory? Are they stuck in a loop? Is it like you don't know what's happening, or am I the only one? But episode 5, when Hannah, if you watch the series, it's the episode where Hannah gets tucked away into her memories, and then like it all plays over and over and over, where it jumps from her interview with Owen to her by the well with Miles and everything else, and it just plays over and over and over in a loop. Oh my gosh, I was so frustrated with that episode. I just wanted it to end. So for me, there were too many scary elements. There was the woman in the lake. Then there was the two people. Who were they named? Rebecca and I forgot the dude's name. And then there was Danielle's dead ex-fiance that she kept seeing. And then there was the boy that Flora kept seeing. And then there was the woman that was in the attic. And there was just so many different scary elements that they didn't become scary anymore. Like the first time I saw the woman in the lake, I was like, "Ooh, girl, what that happened to your face? Son, it's messed up." But then everything just kind of like just went dull because now you knew what was happening. You're like, oh, there's just so much going on that it was more confusing than it was scary. But the ending of the series was cute. It was bittersweet. It was not horror. That the ending had more of a romantic feel. It was cute. It was so bittersweet. I was like, oh man, that's so cute. But then but the road to getting to that ending is so exhausting. Like by the time I got to the 9th episode, yes, there's 9 episodes and each episode is like 52 minutes average, so it's quite a long series. And by the time I got to the end, I was so tired. I was just like, oh my gosh, I've been through so much. And as I said, there are a lot of characters, and with them being a lot of characters, they all have their backstories each and every character has their own different backstory, and now every episode is like dedicated to a different character, and that just makes everything more confusing. I just think honestly this series could have been condensed down to a movie, and they could have done without some of these characters, or at least have them as minor characters, supporting characters that don't all have a backstory, because now I couldn't remember all these people's backstories, and I didn't feel the need for each and everyone to have their own different backstory. Okay, they're all at the Bly Manor, something done happen, something isn't right, these kids are seeing people that aren't there, you know, let's focus on the main plot. I don't care how we got there, we're there now. The only people I think deserved backstories was Danielle, just to see how she got there. The woman in the lake, I was happy with how we need to know how she got there, you know, the woman in the lake. And I would say Rebecca, but everybody else did not require a backstory. It just made everything that much more complicated. So, moral of the story is that I would not rewatch this. It's too long. And it kind of sort of drags, like from episode 3 to like episode 7, it kind of sort of like drags, and then episode 8 and 9 is where we finally get the resolution and the conclusion, and to understand why everything is the way it is. So everything else just dragged out for me, so I would not watch this. It was too long for me, and it was not that much scary, it was not that much thrilling. I kind of sort of guessed some of the storylines, how they were going to end up, and they ended up the way I predicted them to end anyway. So it's alright. I wouldn't say watch it though, because like it's a lot. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, switch on post notifications, all the amazing stuff. Until next time, stay put and stay cute. Bye.